Welcome back, everyone, to another Eat Speed Live, the most delicious live stream in the Metroplex. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
Our guest today, another Star Telegram reporter. Ella Gonzalez writes a lot about restaurants, what's new, what's opening, what's beautiful, what's good. And she also writes about restaurants to dine out on a budget. It's been something very important this year. Ella's worked hard going a lot of places that I don't want to go and a lot of places I hadn't even heard about this year. So we're really grateful for her. Welcome, Ella.
Thank you. Super excited to be here.
Ella is Californian. Am I right about that?
Yes, sir.
Came here but has had a lot of good Texas food experience everywhere from Fort Worth to New Braunfels and Central Texas and back, and just has a really good picture of everything that's going on in the Fort Worth food scene. So what we're talking about, because it's nearly the end of the year, and some people will be watching this after the new year, we're talking about all the good food of 2025 and what opened, what we like. All the other stories have been about restaurants that closed. I'm not going to waste a lot of time on restaurants that aren't there anymore. We're going to talk about restaurants that opened, that were good, that we really liked in 2025. And, I'm going to start off and say that I think one of the big food stories of the year was the remodeling and the opening of Cattleman's Steakhouse. Cattleman's opened last year, but Taylor Sheridan, the landman, Yellowstone producer, added the patio this year. And I think the Cattleman's is the new kind of, I love Riata. I think Cattleman's is up on the same level as far as the kind of steaks and the kind of offerings and the kind of setting. There's also a private club in the basement, but if you want to go feel like you're dining in the middle of one of those Western TV shows you're watching, I think the newly remodeled Cattleman's it's a big step up. It's not like the old Cattleman's, but every time I've gone, which is about 5 or 6 times, I've really liked everything I had. The chicken fried steak and chicken sandwiches and the lunches in the $20 range. And I haven't gone yet and had one of those gigantic 4 6 steaks, but the chef came from the Wynn in Vegas. So yeah, I'm looking forward to going for that too. So that's kind of my kickoff. But where have you been, Ella, that you think you want to start off with this year?
I would like to start off by talking about Cotai. It was a restaurant I covered earlier this year, new on Magnolia, and it was delicious, right? There's one of their stir-fried dishes, but I tried their crying tiger dish, which is like a skirt steak that's grilled. You wrap it in a little lettuce and a little rice and put on some spicy sauce, and it is, I think, a customer's favorite, but also the owner's favorite, and it was my favorite dish that I tried also.
What do you describe as the difference in Cotai and the average little family Thai places all over town?
I think Cotai has more of an elevated feel, where a lot of other Thai places kind of have more of the hole in the wall feel, which there's nothing wrong with that. But Cotai, you can walk in and it feels like an elevated fine dining experience, but the prices are still affordable and they have a good lunch hour too.
And we should tell people where they are. Cotai is on Magnolia. It's about a half block west of Hemphill. And I didn't look up these exact addresses, but try to tell people where they are, or the viewers will harass us and say, what's the address on that? Where's that address? Where is it?
It's right across from Paris Coffee Shop.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody's going to know that. Steve, you had some hot news for us.
Well, I do like the new fire pot, which opened up recently. I actually don't have a photo, but it's all you can eat. They have, I think their lunch is $22 and dinner is like $32 or $5 more if you want to eat everything. They offer sushi and a hot pot where you take food and dip it into this boiling soup, or you can do sushi and basically Korean barbecue where they have a little grill in the middle, or you pay $5 more and you can do all three. And
what is a hot pot restaurant like, Steve?
Well, you have lots of food gets delivered to the table, like beef or meats and vegetables and stuff, and you take your chopsticks and drop it into a pot of boiling soup. And they have like a bunch of different soups, but traditionally it's a real spicy soup.
And that's in Southwest Fort Worth. That's on Southwest Loop 820.
Yeah, I think it used to be the old keg, I think is what that used to be. It's a big space, and they have like robot carts, like these robot cat carts that deliver food to your table. They also have like a little racing car on a track. They'll stop at your table, and that one you have to be careful because it's really fast. And if you don't pick up both plates at the same time, the car will just go, and somebody sometimes will grab a plate, does just go, hey, I got your plate. But
So robot cats and racing car, is this a place for kids?
yeah, they have a they also have like a little arcade area too that the kids could play and get like stuffed animals and stuff like that. And they also have a conveyor belt, sort of like the coolest sushi places, except theirs is refrigerated, and you would open that up and pull some things out, like some a lot of times it's seafood in there, so some seafood, and put that in the hot pot also.
I don't know if the conveyor belt places are the coolest sushi places, but they're kind of fun. Well, I'll have to just throw in, I like Oishi Sushi, which opened on South University Drive. Oishi is a restaurant been in Dallas for more than 20 years, but this is their first Fort Worth location over on South University near Colonial. It's by the IHOP, and it's Oishi Sushi is kind of the big noisy sushi restaurant, kind of popular. If you don't go to Teddy Wong's in Fort Worth, you go to Oishi. So it's kind of the other new place. Ella, can you beat robot cats?
Sorry, robot cats.
Can you beat the robot cat carts or anything?
Can I beat them?
Have you got a restaurant to beat with any robot cats?
Oh. I would suggest, I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to try my best based on pronunciation. Ichiro Izuyaka. It's still Japanese cuisine, and they have been getting a lot of buzz on Fort Worth foodie groups. I've heard of the octopus balls as an appetizer, and also their yakitori skewers, which are charcoal grilled meats. A lot of people have been talking about that restaurant, kind of by Coco Shrimp area, off Main Street.
Yeah, that's on Bryan. It's in the 400 block of Bryan off South Main. How does Steve? How does Ichiro Izuyaka sound to you?
It sounds real good. I haven't been yet, but my sister has been, and she sells the closest thing to what she thought was a real yakitori bar, like in Japan. She's actually been to Japan twice this year, but she's been to that one and said, yeah, it really felt like I was in Japan.
Good.
Yeah, I haven't gone yet either. I know it's off to a great start. The people from Boca, which is the great Italian restaurant in front of it in the alley, are opening a pizzeria next to Ichiro. So it's like South Main is having its next restaurant renaissance. They keep coming and going over there, but I think this group's going to be pretty good. I want to be sure and mention this is a little bitty steakhouse, a little bitty neighborhood place, but Fort Redemption is a place that almost nobody's heard about, but everybody should. It's on the west side. It's on Locke, next to Szechuan, which is a very old Chinese restaurant. But it's a tiny little restaurant. I think it's got 27 seats. It has high-end steaks, or it just has a really, really good burger. The owner used to have a food truck where he did burgers and barbecue. Now he does steaks and burgers. I think he still does barbecue at lunch with gourmet sauces. But look at that hamburger. I mean, that's just a spectacular hamburger. And the steaks are really good too. It's so cozy that it's a neighborhood place where you come in your tennis outfit or whatever, or your golf clothes, and come and sit and have a high-end steak like you're in one of the fancy steakhouses. But it's a little bitty place where you go have a steak and a highball and just sit in a cozy little atmosphere. And it's only $40 instead of $80, so you have a good time. Fort Redemption is on Locke, just east of Horn, south of I-30 on the west side of Fort Worth. Okay, next.
Go ahead, Ella.
I have a shout out. I just went here, a Villa Taco. It's previously a Villa Taco food truck, but they just opened their brick and mortar in Keller, a little bit north of Fort Worth. And they have the normal birria queso tacos with beef birria, but they also have chicken birria, which I've never seen before. And I think it's a little bit lighter. So right there is a chicken birria quesadilla. And I also tried their beef birria egg rolls. They have a lot of spins on the traditional birria dishes. They have birria grilled cheese, birria mac and cheese, birria ramen. So I highly recommend. It was delicious, and the family that owns it is fantastic, and the service is great there.
And where is it in Keller?
I don't know Keller very well. It was
Okay.
actually my first visit to Keller.
Okay.
Yes.
But it's Avila Taco. Okay.
Avila Taco.
There's a place we talk about places that used to be something else. The Little Tavern on University Drive in the Cultural District used to be F1 Smokehouse. It was built as a barbecue place, but now it's become a smaller version of the Tavern on Hewlin. It's got basically the same food, just a smaller menu as the Tavern, and that really good tavern brunch. So it's called Little Tavern. It's a Philippe Armenta restaurant from the family that owns the Tavern, Pacific Table, Press Cafe, all the other good Fort Worth area restaurants. And it's a Little Tavern on University at West 5th. And it's, and particularly for brunch, it's become another like a little West Side neighborhood bar and grill and hangout for good food without going and waiting in the big line down the street at Pacific Table or over at Hewlin. So that's Little Tavern. Steve, you have another one?
Yeah, if you're talking like Hewlin, over closer to me, Southwest Hewlin, the restaurant I've eaten the most at, I mean, like the most at, not just this year, but for the last 15 years, is Wasabi Sushi. I was just calculating, I think I've eaten there at least 750 times. So, because I eat there every Wednesday, and they have all sorts of sushi and ramen too. but I eat there every Wednesday, and so
that's on South Hewlin past Panera down there, kind of close to CC's and Red Lobster, right?
Yeah, it's like real close to CC's and the Half Price Bookstore.
That's right. It's that would be Hewlin at South Drive.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go down that far, I see it when I go to Dixie House down there. So,
mm-hmm. But I was calculating that out, and I was going like, well, I go there at least 50 times a year, probably more, and it's been open 15 years. So I'm going like, that's like 750 times.
That is a lot of wasabi sushi. We'll go by Dixie House and have their heavenly cake too while you're there, because they have really good cakes and pies at Dixie House. So South Hewlin at South Drive is a good little corner down there. So you've got a lot of good food in your neighborhood. I thought you were going to say you'd been to Soul Man's Barbecue 50 times. Thought, oh, come on, Steve.
No, I go there maybe once a week too, but they haven't been there that long.
Ella?
Sushi or just in general?
In general.
In general.
Something nice, something good.
My favorite sushi place that I go back to all the time is Little Lily's, especially for their 2022 roll. It's something I've never had before. They have a jalapeno pesto on top, and you would think pesto with sushi, basil, that doesn't work, but it works and it's delicious. It's a must order. And that is off Camp Bowie.
I'm all for Little Lily and Tokyo Cafe, both on Camp Bowie. So
yes,
they're both really good, and they're both a lot of fun. This is not sushi, but someplace that opened early in the year and it kind of started catching steam is Crystal Springs. Crystal Springs is over at White Settlement Road and Roberts Cutoff in the River District. It's really unusual. It's an old house. The front of it has been converted to a wine shop with charcuterie and coffee in the mornings and kind of a little wine and picnic shop. But then you walk through and there's two bars and a great big patio with a burger truck in back or burger window. So you can get these delicious burgers from Big Cat Burgers back in the back. And it's this big sprawling patio with trees. It kind of reminds me of the old Fred's patio when Fred's was close to downtown. It's Crystal Springs it's two restaurants and two bars in one basically, but it's a great patio to go hang out and have really good burgers, really good fries, really good chicken sandwiches. Or if you want wine and charcuterie, you go have that too. So it's Crystal Springs on a
little stage with music too, seems like.
They have a whole music stage, they have entertainment, and they have big TVs. So it's on Roberts Cutoff Road, a half block north of White Settlement Road. If you go to that fancy new McDonald's then it's right next door. So it's the old funky place next to the shiny new McDonald's over there. So, but I really like Crystal Springs. Steve's, anything else out your way?
Let's see. Well, over by my way, there's Pho Grill, which basically this is one of they do pho, but I actually like their Hue style, which is like I think this is like a B2 or something like that, but which is more of a spicy version with beef shank in it, and that's kind of. But they're on Overton Ridge Boulevard over there, fairly close to the mall, the Hewlin Mall. Kind of open that spot over there, but I do like we're getting into soup weather right now, so I do like a nice bowl of soup when it starts getting cooler.
And see, when I'm on Overton Ridge Boulevard, Steve, I'm in the drive-through line at Rosa's, but not for tamales. I'm in the drive-through line because Rosa's has the best drive-through dessert you can get. If you're driving around and you really want a great piece of chocolate cake to take home or carrot cake, you can get one from the Rosa's drive-through and it'll taste like it came from a fancy bakery. So
yeah, just
it's really
don't
good.
go on Tuesday.
Don't go on Tuesday because it'll be full of people for Taco Tuesday and the line will be too long. Ella, I've got two more places I want to talk about. What do you want to talk about?
I wanted to shout out Hyderabad House that opened up in Alliance off of Heritage Trace Parkway. They have over 50 menu options for biryani rice, and they come in these big buckets. And I tried their garlic naan bread also. That's huge. It's about 12 inches wide, and it was chewy and garlicky, but also smoky. It was delicious. So I want to shout out them. And then I don't know if this place opened this year, but NADC Burger, it's gone viral across Texas. I actually first tried it in Austin a few years ago, but I covered it for my On a Budget series this year. And if you like a big, greasy, that's the thing. It's really greasy. If you like a big, greasy burger, that's the place to go. I got a whole meal there for under $20 and I was stuffed.
And that's a Michelin chef who decided to open a burger stand and has opened them all across the country. But it's NADC Burger, and it's on Commerce downtown, I think, inside a comedy club. It's on Main or Commerce. It's on
Big
Commerce,
Laugh Comedy Club on Main Street downtown.
Yeah, on Main Street downtown. Okay, NADC Burger is a high-end burger in a low-end setting down there.
Yes.
So, you know, it's a pretty good deal. Well, I wanted to be sure and mention Cocodrie Cajun Kitchen because Cocodrie is on Roof Snow, north of Loop 820 in the Cajun village of North Richland Hills. Cocodrie is a guy who's been the Cajun food vendor to a lot of restaurants right here. He brings in the best food he can find from Louisiana. He has the best gumbo recipes, the best etouffee. It is the best Cajun restaurant that I have ever seen in North Texas. That's you're looking at a stuffed redfish there with shrimp on top. But everything about Cocodrie is first class. They also have a shop where you can buy boudin of all kinds, gumbos, etouffees to go. You could buy the spices and seasonings. It is just a sensational Cajun restaurant. It's Cocodrie. It's on Roof Snow, north of Loop 820 Northeast. And I don't remember what it used to be. It used to be a sports bar or something. But we could just do a whole show called Used to Be. But so Cocodrie. And I'll go ahead and mention the other place I was going to mention. There's a new chain pizza from North Freeway. But when I say chain pizza, don't let your eyes glaze over because Hideaway Pizza is not just any chain pizza. Hideaway is the famous pizza from Stillwater, where Oklahoma State is. They've spread their chain to Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and now into Texas. I mean, this is not some sort of fancy high-end Neapolitan pizza. This is old school pizza, but it's the best old school thin crust pizza that I've ever had. The toppings, everything about it were great. And it's this great big double-decker pizza restaurant that does huge business with huge crowds and soccer teams and everything else. It's Hideaway Pizza on North Freeway in the Alliance Presidio neighborhood of North Fort Worth. So don't miss Hideaway. What do you have another one?
Ella has a pizza place.
Okay.
I did mention Mr. O1, which is another Michelin recommended pizza place. You can see there they have burrata stuffed in their pizza crust. That's one of their star pizzas.
That's a mighty
And
fancy pizza.
it is fancy. And you know what? I haven't tried it yet, but I've been hearing a lot of buzz about it. I don't know if the buzz is because it has the label Michelin recommended on it, but people seem to really like it.
Mr. O1 there's a new location in Fort Worth in the,
It's
not
off
left,
West 7th.
I forget which shopping center that is, Left Bank, anyway.
Yes,
I can't remember which bank or side or river that is,
It's Left Bank.
it's the Tom Thumb Shopping Center there, off West 7th, and they have had one that's been open for 6 or 7 months up on Heritage Trace Parkway, just west of North Freeway. There's been one up there. So that is a Miami restaurant, Michelin recommended from Miami, that's expanded, and it's all sorts of high-end gourmet pizzas. Like you saw the star-shaped pizza there, and just a lot of really different, really good pizzas, and known for their really good sauce. So I haven't had Mr. O1 yet either, but I hear it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
Let's see. I'll bring up Fred's.
Oh yeah.
We're talking with burgers earlier, but they do a really good chicken fried steak. So here's a chicken fried steak with chili and cheese on it. And there's actually some green beans hiding behind there. So there's something a little healthy on there too. But they do a really good chicken fried steak. They of course they're known for their burgers, but we've had them I don't know how many times during the Burger Battle years. But yeah, so Fred's, that's Camp Bowie West. Let's see what that used to be.
That used to be the Steak and Ale, is what it
Yes,
used to be.
it used to be Steak and Ale, right?
It's Camp Bowie West at Altamere. We did have a lot of burgers in the Burger Battle years, when every year we had like the Burger Showdown, and we ate 32 burgers in a burger bracket, and then narrowed it down to 16 and 8. And I haven't added up all those burgers, but they show up every time I get my blood test.
And we used to do it every other year, and I counted, and I usually was over 100 burgers I would eat for that.
Yeah, that's
because we retake them each time, so each time as they advance through the bracket, we'd eat them again.
And so far that we haven't had to file insurance claims about that, but I'm sure that
well, that's why we did every other year.
Exactly. The day we had to have a year to recalibrate. But Fred's has kind of really come into its own for chicken fried steak. People have always talked about Fred's for chicken fried steak, but it made one of the experts lists of the 20 best chicken fried steaks in Texas the other day. And I think the buttermilk dipped chicken fried steak with a variety of toppings has really become popular. So I think Fred's is getting to be a big deal for chicken fried steak as well as burgers. Folks,
they have another one with poblamos, peppers, and cream gravy. That's good too. With chicken
that's
steak.
the vaquero steak, I think, or something like that. So it's all good. I'm still going for the Diablo burger though at Fred's. That's still my pick. So
that's spicy.
Ella, do you have another one of anything?
I did just want to mention the Mont that opened.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The Mont opened in the Montessori neighborhood in Fort Worth, and it's a snazzy rotating menu. So their menu is going to depend on what seasonal items are available. It's pretty expensive, but they do have more affordable options with a new brunch menu, and they also have happy hours. But it's a great spot for photo opportunities, or if you kind of just want a fancy night out, you can dress up and go enjoy a drink.
Yeah, it's in Montserrat on Loop 820 Southwest. It's kind of between Benbrook and Aledo, if you can imagine where that is. But if you know where Camp Bowie West is, or Margie's or JD's Hamburgers, it's a couple of exits down Loop 820 from there in Montserrat. It is a huge, elegant, I think kind of over the top, fancy restaurant. But I'm not going for the $41 chicken dinner, but I think the brunch menu looks great, and I'm really looking forward to trying the brunch menu. So that's
great news.
I'm looking forward to that. Well, that's kind of a lot of good new restaurants here in 2025. It's not all gloom for restaurants. These are really good. And you started out Cotai, I think, is the best Thai restaurant we've ever had. I think a lot of these are just really outstanding, and I think that we ought to be excited about the good new restaurants for the year and all the good new places we have. So, thank you all very much. I guess, Steve, I'll just say we'll be back. This is not going to be once a year. We're going to be back in another month or so with some more food news. But I guess until next time on Eat Speak Live, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
And thank you, Ala Gonzalez.